thank you to everybody that made this show possible. Put your hands together and say thank you to them. We really appreciate it. We'd love it if you go buy all of our stuff and max out your credit cards and check Jesus. There's a table, that'd be amazing. Also, we got a QR code that has all of the ways that you can connect with us. If you're on social media, if you hate social media and you think it's evil, you're not wrong. But anyway, we can help the people there anyway. And so if you, get your phone out, everybody. Get your phone out, get your phone out, get your phone out, get your phone out. We'll sing it as a song. Get your phone in, get your phone in, get your phone in. And just open up your camera, and focus on that QR code. And a little link will show up at the bottom there. Click that. Whatever social media you use, click on that, and you can follow us at Disciple Rocks. Now that's our way of staying connected to you. It is an important thing if you believe in us to follow us on social media, because we do a lot of mainstream interviews or have a lot of mainstream things that happen. And whenever they're finding out about Disciple, what's one thing that they do is they look and see how many followers we have. So when you follow us, it does make a difference, and we really do appreciate it. Our thing is evangelism, and so it's not just evangelism to people who don't know Jesus, and it's also good news to people who do know Jesus that are hurting, because guess what? Sometimes Christians are hurting and they need to know the good news that God's there for them, that He still sees them, and He's with them, and His power still is alive today for them and available for them, right? And so that's our thing. And we wanted to encourage people, not only that, but we wanted to encourage people to follow Him and to choose acts of love. And we started doing this thing about 20 years ago, where we started talking about blessing people and encouraging people to bless others. Jesus told this story of like, hey, do you remember when I was hungry and you fed me? Do you remember when I was naked and you clothed me? Which is a very weird thing for Jesus to say. And He said, whenever you did that to the least of these, you did it to me. Whenever you visit somebody in prison, He said, you're actually visiting me. Whenever you pray for someone who's sick, you're actually praying for me. Which sounds weird to be doing that for Jesus, but that was His words, not mine. And I love that story, because you know what He's saying? He's saying, you want to do something personally for me? And who doesn't want to personally do something for Jesus? Am I right? Who doesn't want to personally do something for Jesus? Check this out. Every Christmas we get Christmas gifts for those that we love. But whose birthday is it? And I know when Christmas is over, but I'd like for us to get a belated birthday present for Jesus. We've sponsored with an organization that can help us do just that. It's this organization called Child Fund. And these kids in Child Fund are from all over the world. And they are in poverty situations where maybe they don't know where their next meal's coming from. Maybe they have a couple of outfits to wear, whatever. My wife and I started sponsoring a child in Indonesia a couple decades ago. We even flew to Indonesia to see this family and saw poverty firsthand, saw people sleeping on the floor, saw kids with no diapers running around. And I can tell you this, it was an honor and a privilege to sponsor this family and to help this family and be there for this family. It's $39 a month to sponsor a child with Child Fund. These children are from all around the world, and as I discussed earlier, I don't want you to get hung up on what color of skin they have or from what country that they're from. What I want you to know is that these children are a child made in the image of God, and they definitely qualify to be the least of these. And every single night on that table, there are different kids from a different, there's just a different packet or face on that table every single night. And I believe, this is what I believe, that every single night the children that are supposed to be on that table are the children that are supposed to be on the table, and the people that are supposed to be at this show are the people that are supposed to be at that show. And when God intersects them, I believe it's kind of this divine intersection, all right? And so if you are interested in sponsoring a child, it's $39 a month. Of course, I'd like for you to buy a Disciple t-shirt. But if you sponsor a child, I'll give you the t-shirt. Of course, I'd like you to buy a Disciple hat. I'm sorry, they're $50. That's outrageous. That's just highway robbery. But we pay just a little bit less than that to get them here. So I apologize. But if you sponsor a child, I'll give you the hat. All right? I'd love for you to buy a CD, a DVD, and a vinyl. But if you sponsor a child, I'll give you the CD and the DVD and the vinyl. And we'll even throw in the hat, and we'll even throw in the t-shirt. And that is $179. I think it is. There's even more than that. Somewhere around there. It's $179 worth of Disciple merchandise. Our way of saying thank you for sponsoring a child, all right? And I believe it's a good thing, and I believe you can change and save somebody's life through that. Now, that being said, we're going to sing this one last song, and I want you to join the band Disciple. You are now background singers, Disciple, and I surely need you tonight, all right? So, I'm hoping that your first, this is our first practice. We're going to have band practice right now. This is what band practice is like. And I hope your first band practice goes a lot better than my first band practice, okay? So, I'm going to sing this part to you, and then you're going to sing what I tell you. You're going to sing the words, never again, okay? And you're going to do it with timing. You say, Kevin, I don't have timing. In the name of Jesus, you don't have timing, okay? So, here we go. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go, now I know who you are, and I know what you want. You're going to go, never again, like that, okay? All right? Are we ready? Now I know who you are and I know what you want. Never again. Try to break my soul just to make it to know. Never again. Try to make my heart just to leave me alone. Never again. Alright, that was really good. Okay. So sometimes it helps me visualize things to kind of get the passion that I need, whenever I'm trying to find that inner, to perform the word correctly. I'm going to give you a picture or an image that you can focus on that's going to help you get the passion that you need tonight. I want you to imagine a flock of puppies playing in the street, and they're about to be killed by a semi-truck, and the only way that you can save these puppies is to now shout your parts as loud as you possibly can.